Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, beautiful people. How are we today? How are we doing? So, I am going to give an update to my reading last night. Um, if anybody saw my live last night, I'm sorry. I think I tied my halter a little bit too tight. Okay. So if anybody saw my update last night, good morning, Nicole. Good morning. Then you know that Mercury retrograde, all right, has ended. And good morning, Rose. And I had exes that started reaching out to me, one of which is my twin. Okay. And I decided to there was wanting to meet up to see to I won't say not to see more meet up to right wrongs. I'll say that, right wrongs. Good morning. Good morning. Well, he says super hype. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the night started out. I'm going to start shuffling for your daily today. The night started out really good. All right. So we were going to go to this fancy restaurant, but which is the restaurant that we actually had our last argument in downtown. Okay. But when we got there, I was like, hey, Cameron, thank you. But when we got there, I was like, this is like really stuffy. So what I ended up doing was we ended up saying, you know what? We're old school. We're from Wilmington, Delaware. So it was like, let's go to what do you call it? Let's just go get food. So we went and got fried fish from this place called Yassim's. Yassim's. Okay. Really good fried fish place. Amazing. Okay. And uh I got whiting, of course, it's like one of my favorites, and he got trout. So got food for my son. So either way, okay, so spent a lot of time talking about um people not appreciating us, okay, people not appreciating us, going through several men, going through several, for me, for him, going through several women who didn't value what type of man he was, okay, and him coming to the conclusion that, you know, he told me it's grown man shit when you could recognize that I had a good one and I let her go. And, you know, or maybe I didn't value her when I had her. So it was like a real heart to heart, you know, because I can definitely say the same thing. I didn't value him when I had him. And so we spent a lot of time talking, okay, and just coming to the conclusion that we, you know, when you're young, you're not able to speak how you really feel. And that is a disservice to yourself because, like, he couldn't tell me how he felt to my face. You know, he had to text me, and I couldn't tell him, like, be honest with him. You know, I was like holding back a lot even after the fact. So even when I was given the opportunity to tell him, you know, so that's twin stuff, you know, that's normal. But we just kind of came to this conclusion that we missed out on an opportunity because neither one of us wanted to open up our mouths and speak the truth. And now that we're older, we're like, oh my God, look at, we're like 40. I'm gonna be 43 this year. I'm gonna be 43 this year. And you get to a point where you're just like, I'm tired of moving around. I'm tired of starting, restarting, breaking up, making up, you know, starting, ending, restarting. You get tired of that. So, you know, we both had this mentality that once you're married or once you're committed, you're like there for life. But we were like, what if it's not right? What if you're not happy? And for him, it was marriage, you know. And I kept telling him, you haven't been through marriage like I have. And he was like, well, I know when I get married, I'm married for life. And I was like, really? Well, I guess we'll see about that, because I thought the same thing. I used to have that same small mentality of thinking once you marry someone or once you commit to someone, it's for life. Get the hell out of here. Okay. So, what I did, so we had a really good talk. We had a really good time. No, I did not sleep with him. Yes, he did try. But I kind of figured that because of our sex life used to be so carnal and like rip your clothes off. I literally have clothes that he's ripped off of me that I saved. Because I was at a point where honestly, no man had, no man had made me feel like they were here to stay. So I was ready to get rid of everything. Once I meet the one that's really here to stay, I think I'll just drop everything and like that's it. Oh, what did I wear? I wore an off the shoulder sequence. It's like sheer sequence gown. I'll show you guys what I wore. Hold on. All right. So this is what I wore out. It is a sheer strap off the shoulder, um, one shoulder dress. Okay. And it is the last dress that I wore when I saw him. Okay. So and then it comes down, it's short, and then it has like a sheer bottom to it. So I wore that because I thought we were going to, you should see me in my office. Jay is so stupid. So that's what I wore. And don't you guys want to see the shoe? I know you want to see the shoe. I had to run all the way downstairs, guys, because I kicked off my shoes when I got in, and these were the shoes I wore. Okay, these are my Nine West, and so I wore these last night, which I thought went perfectly with the dress, and they are wrap around the ankle. Okay, very strappy. Okay, so yes, they were killing my feet all night long, which is why I love that he's a down to earth kind of guy. So I was able to take them and take them off eventually. So and then we ate fish. We ate fried fish, and then we went and got ice cream. There's a place in Georgia called oh God, it's something Sweet Creamery. It's downtown by Georgia Tech. And I've only been there once. This was my second time going. You said dogs were barking. Take it. It went well. Yes, it went extremely well, Faith. Faithful Love. So we had ice cream and then we walked around and we talked like we would do back in the day. We just talked. It's just like talking. And it's nice to have somebody like listen to your feelings and like, really hear you. So like he really listened and then I really listened to him. And then he explained different things to me that I never understood about his belief system, why he chose money over love and different things like that. So it was like probably one of the deepest moments in our twin relationship that we had, you know. No, the place that we went to was downtown. It wasn't Cold Stone. It's downtown in Atlanta, and it's called Sweet. What is this place called? They do really good ice cream and stuff. It's it's even what do you call it? It's oh gosh, what do you call it? They even do charcoal activated ice cream. That's what it is I was trying to say. They even do charcoal activated ice cream at this place. Okay. Sweet Stack Creamery. Sweet Stack Creamery. That's what it's called. Okay. So we went there and we had ice cream. It was amazing, you know. And then we walked around and we talked. And I couldn't fault him for trying to have sex with me. Who wouldn't? Okay. But the thing is that I'm not the same person I used to be, and he's not the same man that he used to be. So it's like, if we just, because there's such a gap there, if he and I were to just jump back into bed together, it would it would be like, I don't think it would be good. So because our relationship was built on friendship. Okay. So if it was like a recent breakup, it'd be different. But so we decided, let's just talk. Let's just talk. Let's just get to know each other on a different level and see where it goes. I've been through a lot of disappointments with men, because men don't like to communicate. They don't like to tell you how they feel, or they don't like to tell you their reasoning behind stuff. And so I've gotten to the conclusion now that if you can find a man who's willing to be open and honest with you, and he's willing to let you in on his what's in his mind and in his head, you need to really take advantage of that. So with this man being honest with me, oh yes, I did get confirmation on the third party situation. I did get confirmation on the third party situation. So yeah, so but for him to be honest about that was like, wow, okay. But like I said, I was his friend far before I was anything else, So that was how that went. Are we going out again? Right now, yes, there is a plan to go out again. And we don't know what we're going to do yet. We're probably going to go like Top Golf or Andretti, Dave and Buster, something fun, be kids again. And and yeah, just have fun. I'm not really, at this point, I'm kind of open to other people too. So, I mean, even if I met somebody today, I would go out on a date with them today. I would not feel obligated to any one person because, so I am like open to what the world has to offer, and if something better comes along, well, until you lock me down, until you give me that commitment, I don't see anything wrong with going out, and seeing other people, So hell, I have my own house, my own bed. But you know what? That's the other thing. He's gonna he called the AC guy for me this morning because the AC was acting up, and the AC guy called me back, and I was like, wow. And he was like, yeah, your friend called me and told me to call you about your AC. And I was like, I just told him last night about that. Like, wow, he got that shit handled like ASAP, 7:58 this morning. A call about my AC. I was like, whoa, okay. And then I told him, my car needed oil change and a couple other things. And he was like, I'm on it. Like, I got you. Okay. And I was like, wow, that's what a man is supposed to do. Like, that's just wow. Okay. He took care, and I'm like, he's not even here. I'm not even with him yet. Like, damn. So he really stepped up, and I was like, wow. And you know what he said? The one thing that got me, that he said to me was that, no matter what, I'm always going to be there for you, whether I'm with you, whether I'm not with you, it doesn't matter. I told him I wanted to get a new bed. I have to get a new bed. I have to. I don't like the energy that's on my bed. So I want a brand new bed, brand new energy, brand new man eventually, brand new bed. So with that being the case, he told me he would go bed shopping with me. So, and he has friends that will, he's a Capricorn, so he is solid. Like he's in it to win it, you know? That's what he said. He's the kind of be in it to win it. So I was like, wow, okay. So he's gonna go bed shopping with me because, you know, and then my birthday is coming up, and I had hoped to have plans to do something with someone else, but they bailed on me. So I want to go to the beach. So I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to take him to the beach with me. I'm not sure if I'm going to go by myself because I might go by myself. But, you know, it's nice to know that I have an option of somebody who wants to go with me to the beach, you know, drive down to Florida, down to, was it Kissimmee? One of my friends was telling me about Kissimmee. So I'm just like, you know, it's nice to have that option. So, but, you know, he's very controlling. This is one of his things. He does not, because he knows my history of cheating on my husband, and since he was the one I did it with, he knows my history. That if I meet somebody, if I start talking to someone, I tend to fall pretty quickly. If people who can challenge my intellect, if you can challenge my intellect and like really embrace my mindset, my spirituality, then that makes me really attracted to you. I mean, it's just like instant attraction because I'm like, I don't have to explain this. This person understands. They understand the Ankh. They understand Kemet. They understand Christianity being built off of the Egyptians. They understand that their religion is not real, that spirituality is real, and that there's no real box. Like if I get somebody who's real deep like that and understands that, I instantly fall in love with intellect before anything else. So, you know, for me being the Virgo that I am, it only takes the right man to come in and stimulate my intellect, you know, to get me to just say, okay, keep talking, you know. So that's just something about me. I don't like dumb people. I hate to say this, but it's the truth. I don't like dumb people. I don't like having to re-educate you. I am not a fucking college professor. If you are not aware of certain things and you are not awake, don't come my way because I don't have time to re-educate people. I'm 43 years old and I already spent the last 40 some years educating myself. I damn sure am not about to spend the next 40 some years educating you on basic stuff that's in books that if you ordered, you could read and know yourself. I'm not doing that. Okay. So some people like to be with people that are dumber than them or less intellectual than them. It makes them feel like they're higher up or makes them feel like they're in control, they're in power. I don't feel that way. I want my equal. I don't want anybody less than me. I don't need to feel like God. I don't. I don't. I really would rather have my God standing next to me, not behind me. I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. So let's pull some cards here and get this popping. This is so funny. This note you guys can probably see on the side. This is a note from my sister that I was in prophet class with. We had to switch names and write prophetic messages for the names that we were given. And she wrote this prophetic message for me about 8 or 9 years ago. And it was so deep and meant so much to me that that I literally kept it with me and I keep it wherever I go. I think it's been about 9 years now. So I keep it next to me on the wall so I can read it and remind me of where God showed me that I was going to be headed in life. So my church in Delaware, if you ever get a chance to visit a church in Delaware, there's a church called the, what is it called? The Prophetic Outreach, Prophetic House of Outreach. Okay. And it's in Newcastle, Delaware. The pastor is Raymond. It's Pastor Apostle Rabbi Raymond Stansberry. Okay, it's a Hebraic assembly. It's a house of prophets. So if you go in at the end of the service, if you want to get a prophet, if you want to be prophesied over or get a message or a word, this is the most real place that you could go. It is holy ground. These people are not. This is not a joke. It's not some big super church or no shit like that. Okay, it's a very small environment, but everybody in there is absolutely legit. It is where I was trained, where I went to church at. I consider those people my brothers and sisters in this walk. You know, this spiritual walk. And when you get to the end of the service, they'll invite people up. And what they will do is you will stand at the front. If you're a female, you will get a female behind you to cover you. Because anybody who knows anything about prophesying, if you truly are prophesying to someone in a correct environment, you're supposed to have a shield on the back of them by another person. So what they will do is they will have a woman go behind the woman and shield her, and a man will stand behind the man and shield him, and then the prophet will stand in front. Now, when it comes time for you to go out to be prophesied over, I need to go home and visit home because this is my people. What will happen is all the prophets in the house who have been approved to prophesy, because we don't do sidewalk prophecy, we do properly trained prophesying in prophecy, which means it's not just some hullabaloo. No, the people who are doing this have gone through class on proper training. They have been trained on prophecy in the Bible, the walk of the prophet, and everything. So what happens is when you stand up, there might be 5 prophets that stand up with you, okay? And they come to the front and they will stand in line to take their turn to give you the message. Now, what happens is I could be third in line, but if Teresa is in front of me and she gives a message and I'll be like, oh, that's the message that I heard. So I'll sit down. So you could have 5 prophets stand up, but only end up getting 2 or 3 that prophesy over you, because we all hear the same message, or we might get pieces of the message, like a sentence almost like, okay? So it is the most real environment I've ever been in. I never believed that I was a prophet. I was raised in Catholic Church. And so this is all new to me. Spirit, give me the message for today. And so that church is the most authentic. If you go, tell him that your daughter, Nikki Creaky, sent you. That his daughter, Nikki Creaky, sent you. And he doesn't know me as Sapphire Dragonfly. This is a whole nother extension. I decided to go into Tarot because I realized that the churches were putting too much rules on prophecy, on God, on religion, on faith. So I decided to extend my gift into Tarot, which is very hard for me to do. But I did it because when I read the Bible, God gave Moses a staff, and Moses threw the staff down, it turned into a snake. Moses put the staff in the water, it turned the water to blood. So then I realized all those people that were saying, in my body just had a chill, all those people that were saying that Tarot and divination tools were of the devil, I found out later after doing my research into them that they are not, okay? And that they can be tools that are used by holy people of the light to be able to give you proof, like Moses had to give Pharaoh proof. I give people proof of what I already know, okay? What I already know. So that is how I refute and how I come at most Christians, okay? And they kill me because some people will judge me and they will say, well, those cards. And I'm like, but you wear that cross. And they're like, well, yeah, the cross gives me power. So do you wear the gun around your neck that your husband got shot with? Because I don't wear the gun around my neck that my brother got killed by. But yet we wear the cross around our neck that Jesus died on. Why would you wear the weapon that killed the Savior? Just saying, something to think about. Not arguing with anybody, not going there. But I wouldn't want to wear the weapon that killed. If they killed the Savior by a gun, would you wear the gun? I'm just saying, something to think about. I want you to go a little deeper today. Your first card out is the Knight of Wands. All right, the Knight of Wands. And this was what was taught to me in Hebraic faith. So it was something that made me think. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Damn. I just want you to think about it. Not trying to convert anybody. Just think. 2 of Swords. Okay. Ooh, the Emperor. The 4 of Cups in reverse. The 6 of Swords in reverse. The 10 of Wands. The Queen of Cups in reverse. The bottom of the deck, the 9 of Cups in reverse. There will be no wish fulfillment in this reading. Straight out the gate. All right. Now look at this. There will be no wish fulfillment. There will only be rejection with the Ace of Wands in reverse. And with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, there will be no good that comes out of this situation because somebody is trying to stay in a karmic cycle, and that is keeping positivity and growth and money and everything else from being able to come in. All right. All right, let's jump in here. So, whew, this is actually very strong energy as usual. All right. We have the Knight of Wands here, right? And the Knight of Wands, we know, is the energy, an immature fire sign energy, Sagittarius, Leo. Okay, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Aries. Okay. Now, what I'm getting here is that the player is now the Emperor. Okay, or the player is a no, 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 no. Spirit just smacked me. They said no, they're not. Go back and look at it again. Now, I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is a man, a player who is in a situation with a Queen of Swords. This woman is cold. She's nasty. She's not very nice. She's tired. She's hurt. I don't see any nurturing here. This is a situation, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Wands isn't putting any more effort into this situation with the Queen of Swords. Okay. No more effort is going into this. And with the Four of Cups in reverse, they realize that the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, the Five of Cups in reverse. They're moving on from this situation with this Queen of Wands, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, they've let that shit go. They're not. Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. This shit is done. They're not going back to it. Okay, completely over. No reigniting anything. No starting over with this. Okay. However, with the Two of Swords here, I feel like these two people they have not communicated to come to an agreement or a compromise on this ending. They need to talk. They need to talk. I feel like there has to be, look, because we have two swords, right? This is two means of communication. Those two swords need to come together and communicate. Maybe there needs to be a mediator in the middle, somebody that they can talk to. All right. This could be compromise or mediation over a child. Okay. Or, but I feel like two people need to speak their truth, is what I'm getting from seeing those two swords. All right. I feel like there's no more emotion in this situation because I have this guy standing on solid ground. He's not in the water. He's on solid ground. Both these people are grounded. There's no more emotions involved in this situation anymore. I think that the Knight of Wands was very upset at one point about this ending. I think he wanted this to work with her. He wanted this to work at some point in time, but it just didn't pan out. Why didn't it work? Let's pull some pentacles with it. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Why did he stop working on this? I said take this one. The Magician. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Page of Swords in reverse. You know the song that just popped in my head? I don't want to be a player no more. I think I found someone I can live my life for. I don't want to be a player no more. I feel like the Knight of Wands doesn't want to be a player anymore. I feel like, now here goes the thing. The Knight of Wands doesn't want to be a player anymore. However, it feels like the playing in all the games is what created this Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords doesn't usually start out in reverse. She starts upright. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She was sufficient. She might have been on her way. She might have been strategic. How would you say? A person who dealt with logic. Somebody who made rules for herself. But she's in reverse now. She's cold. She's nasty, and she don't give a fuck about nobody else but herself. Okay. She's even willing to lie, to get what she wants or to justify the means. But remember, it wasn't always like that. Okay. Whether it was with him or with someone else, she changed. She wasn't always like that. I think that he doesn't want to do this anymore with her. But this is definitely a scenario of someone who may have made this person worse than what they were. Even if she was a liar or deceitful when he met her, she's worse now. Okay. I've seen situations like this when people get, in relationships or they get married and one is a player and the other one isn't. And over time, you get played over and over again by this person that you absolutely love. And so eventually you just get to the point where your heart doesn't exist anymore and you're not nice anymore. You're just not nice anymore. You've turned into something that you really don't recognize anymore. And you're just like, I don't know when this happened, but I knew it happened because all this breakup, makeup, cheating, rejection. One day you love me, one day you reject me, the next day you want me, the next day you reject me. There could be a child involved in this, since the Page of Swords in reverse just did come out. So it's like just rejection, makeup, breakup, back and forth. You cheat, I cheat, we argue, we fight, we make up, we get back. It just becomes overwhelming. And so for some people, they shut their heart down and they say, you know what, if I don't feel, then I won't have to deal with this shit. And I say that because this card has a green background, and that's the heart chakra. If I just shut my heart down, I'll have to deal with this shit. If I don't believe shit they say, if I don't expect shit from them, fuck it. I'll be good. Okay? Yeah. But this looks like there's truths that need to be spoken between these two people. Okay? In order to move forward, in order to heal, sometimes we need to hear, I fucked up, from the person you were dealing with. Okay? So, it's funny because I get so many people all the time. I'm not gonna say sorry. I used to be like this. I'm gonna be honest. I used to be like this. I used to not say sorry. I would go buy something. I would buy a gift. I would do something around the house. I would, do something that he wanted for my husband, but I wouldn't say sorry. I was like, fuck that. Sorry's not my vocabulary. That part I'm not doing. But after a while, every person, every man, every woman gets tired of you not just coming straight out and saying, I messed up. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I messed up. I made a mess of this situation. How can we go forward? Not saying we're going to be together, but how can we fix this? How can I fix what I've done to you? How can you fix what you've done to me? How can we just move forward? Because this does not work for us, obviously. Look what we've turned into in this situation. It's not good. Oh, thank you, Marge. 23 people in the room and only 10 likes. Could you guys hit the like and subscribe to the channel as well? Okay. So with the Magician card here and the Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, somebody doesn't want to do this anymore. They don't want to do this back and forth anymore. Okay. The only problem is they're not speaking up about it. They're not saying anything. And that's the problem. Okay. They're not communicating their truth, that they don't want to do this back and forth anymore. Why? Probably because there is a child involved in here. And so, some people, we are raised with this mindset that we have to stay in a situation because of the kids, when really you cause more damage to your children. And I'm going to tell you this right now. All right. There are not enough therapists on the face of this earth to heal all of us adults that are messed up from our parents, forcing us to live in their damn facade. There's not enough therapists. And you can't pay therapists enough to fix the issues that are put there by our parents who forced these relationships or forced these environments. And then as children, we didn't get a say. Because if we got to say, we would rather see daddy get the hell out or mommy get the hell out, because we would rather see them separate happy than see them together miserable. But we don't get a say in that because when we're children, we don't get a say. So we end up becoming the broken adults because we sat through certain things and we didn't have a choice. And it's not fair. I just heard a ringing, so I'm like, I know what I'm hearing, what I'm saying is right. So what I'm seeing is two people where shit is done. They realize this is a missed opportunity, it's done, but they're not speaking it. Nobody's willing to speak it. Okay. But nobody's putting work into it. Okay. Now, let's take a look at let's look at the Queen of Wands. I mean, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Because I feel some kind of way. I know her heart is broken. She's been through a lot. That way? Okay. Let's look at the Queen of Swords. Four of Pentacles. She was hoping, she's holding on to this. Okay? She's holding on to this still. No matter how messed up it is, she's still holding on to it. She won't let it go. Whew, I didn't expect Spirit to say that. What they said is like, it's like being in the hospital and your baby dies, but you can't let it go. You're just not willing to accept my baby's not breathing anymore. Damn. Now that's some real holding on. Knowing that it's not going to come back to life, knowing that it's going to breathe. But because I carried that child in my body for 9 months, and now I gave birth and my child's not breathing, this is the pain this woman is feeling. I stayed in this relationship, this marriage for all these years. I did this shit. And now it doesn't work. Now it's over. I can't let it go. Oh my God, I'm feeling somebody's pain. Jesus, I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I'm just going to hold on to this dead body and I'm just going to hold on to it because I can't let it go. I know it's not good for me. I know I'm cold. I know I'm broken. I know I have issues because of it, but I can't let it go. I can't let it go. Someone is scared that if they let it go, that they will just fall apart or cease to exist. They don't know what they feel like. They don't know who they are without the chaos. They don't know who they are without this chaos in their life because they've been doing it for so long. If you take away the drama, the chaos, the hurt, the pain, the cheating, the getting back, the breaking up, the putting back together, they don't know who the fuck they are. Because that's all they've been while they've been dealing with this Knight of Wands. That's all they've been. So the thought of being something different or being something positive or evolving into something beautiful, they can't even fathom that. They just can't. Seven of Swords in reverse. Somebody is holding on, trying to fix this, trying to make this shit right. This is a cheating scenario. See, with the Seven of Swords? Somebody is trying to fix this shit. It's really crazy because you ever seen geez, Spirit is really giving me some visions this morning. You ever seen a movie? Take, for example, Less Than Zero. Remember Robert Downey Jr. played a drug addict in that movie. Okay. He played a drug addict, a teen that was hooked on drugs, his super rich family or whatever. And in the end, his friends, he dies. His heart gives out on him and dies. Okay. But you ever seen the scene in a movie where the person, it's like two addicts. They're both addicts. They're going through the movie together. They're getting high together, and everything's good as long as we're addicts together and we're both in this addiction together. We're both in the addiction. We're both in the arguing. We're both in the fighting. We're both dedicated to it. But when one person dies, the addict is like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, because there's nobody there to share in your addiction anymore. This person is dead. This person is gone. There's no, and they're sitting there, and you ever seen a scene in the movie where they're just like, no, don't die. Don't die. You could come back. No, don't die. Don't die. Trying to bring back your partner in addiction, trying to bring back your partner in arguing, trying to bring back your partner in low vibration behavior, trying to bring back your partner in making and breaking up and tearing up your heart, trying to bring that shit back. Why would you try to revive something that's meant to die? If that person was an addict for 15 years and never died, the day they die, they were meant to die. Because you don't stay in any kind of addiction for 15, 20 years without spirit covering you and staying alive. So for 15 years, you just happen to not get that bad hit? No. Spirit didn't let them sell it to you because spirit didn't give up on you. That you were going to get that healing and you were going to change your ways and you were going to get clean. But when you get that last bad hit, it's usually because that's the end of the line. Either they can't pull you back or they know you don't want to come back. This is the end of the line. And somebody is trying to fix something that has flatlined. It's no more life in this motherfucker. Pardon my mouth. It's dead. And someone needs to accept that you cannot bring, this is the Lazarus effect. You cannot bring the dead back to life. You cannot bring a dead relationship back to life. There's a reason why it has died. And sometimes it's for your greatest good. But because you're so cold now, you can't see that it was for your greatest good. So you keep on trying to fix it. See? 6 of Cups. Okay? Yep. 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups. Because you can't let go of what it used to be. You focused on what it used to be. Well, it used to be good, and we used to get along, and things used to be good, so maybe I can resuscitate this motherfucker and bring it back to that. No. Let the dead lie. Let the die. What does it say? Let the lying dead lay dead. Let the lying dead lay dead. If it ended for a reason. And this is where you have to call on your higher understanding of spiritual. Why did this end? Stop. Take your mouth off that dead carcass. Take your mouth off that dead body and take your life out of that dead situation. It is done. And you do an injustice to yourself, to your kids, and to everybody else around you, and most importantly, to the divine, with no matter what you believe in, when you try to breathe life back into something like your Jesus. You're not a necromancer. If it's dead right now, I'm not saying it can't come back, but if it's going to come back, it's going to be reborn. It's going to be brand new. It ain't going to be this shit. So why try to revive this? Why try to revive this? So you want to revive what's killing you? Who does that? Who does that? Who wants to pick up the needle off the ground that killed the addict next to you and use it? Let it go. Let it go. So that you can live again. All right? So that you can go from being the Queen of Swords in reverse to the Queen of Swords upright. And maybe you can get in that hermit mode. Let go of the past. There's someone that can't let go of the past. Well, if we used to be good and I got to get it. No, you don't got to get nothing. You ain't got to got nothing. Leave it in spirit's hands. Leave it in the universe's hands. Some things you just can't fucking handle. And this is where people kill me with magic. Because you will do magic to try and force a person to be with you who does not want you. You will do magic to try and force somebody to, or force yourself to get pregnant by somebody when you don't, that baby is not meant to be born. It's not. And you can fool yourself and act like it is, but it's not. You pull the soul out of the soul of Belfries without permission, which is why some of y'all, and I hate to say this, they're not going to like it, but it is the truth. Some of y'all forced yourselves to have those babies, and those are some rotten motherfucking children. Because they have spirits on them that they can't get off because you put those spirits on them by forcing them into this world when they weren't supposed to be here. Some of them weren't born out of love. They were born karmic babies. You said it, Toya J, karmic babies. Because you forced those births and you pulled souls out of the belfry when you weren't supposed to. Karmic babies. And karmic babies come into the world with karmic pain. And those kids are hurting from the day they're born, which is why they have behavior issues, which is why they don't listen, which is why they don't do what they're supposed to do. And they have shit written on them to pay your karma off, which is wrong. Because that wasn't how it was supposed to be. When I see a child acting up, I no longer look at the child. I look at the parent. What did you do? Is this a karmic baby? Have you kept this child in an environment where they see their father in and out their life and you're cool with that? Have you allowed this child to see you unhappy, crying? Your heart, they feed off of your heart energy. Your children feed off your heart energy. So if you're not happy, your child isn't happy. Oh, you think you can fake the funk, right? Oh, come here, baby. No, because your child will hug you and they'll be like, mommy acts happy, but her heart don't feel happy. Her energy don't feel clear. And then they lay their head on their shoulder because they know you need that hug. But you're like, oh, I wonder why he's doing this. Because he feels your pain, not his pain, your pain. Karmic babies come into the world with pain. With pain. It's like coming into the world with an addiction that our parents put on us, a low vibration addiction that we got to break out of later. And it's not fair. It's not. It's not. So we have the Emperor here. All right. Now, I feel like the Emperor is the father, but this could also be a grandfather. Okay. With the Four of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Emperor, I get the sense that the Emperor even knows that this shit is done. Okay. But with the Six of Swords in reverse, even this person is co-signing, not letting the shit go. I guess that's the best way to say it. Okay. Let me look at the Emperor, because if this is the father of one of these people, one of these adults, okay, Six of Pentacles. See, let me tell you, hold on, Six of Pentacles, King of Swords in reverse. So we have the King of Swords now. So now I know this is some karmic shit, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is out here, all right? And the Six of Cups. This is karmic shit, all right? Temperance in reverse. Look at this shit. Somebody is willing to stay in chaos for money, okay? For money. Handouts. Handouts. So somebody is willing, this is a con man. When we have the King of Swords in reverse, this is a con man. All right. This is a con man. This is someone who's staying in a situation to feel like the Emperor because somebody is putting money into this shit, but there's nothing but chaos around this shit. Okay. So where is this money coming from? Because there's money coming from somewhere. All right. So I'm gonna be honest with you. It almost feels like someone who's willing to stay in a situation because they don't want to pay child support, or whatever this King of Swords is doing, it's got something underhanded to it. Because the King of Swords matches the low vibration of the Queen of Swords. But the King of Swords is a con man. He runs a grift. You ever watch that show, Sneaky Pete? You got to watch that show, Sneaky Pete. Okay? Good morning, Kashika. Sneaky Pete is about a guy who runs nothing but cons. His whole fucking life is a con. He went to jail with somebody, okay? Found out that they had money, found out their family had money, found out about some kind of heist or something, got out of jail. And because the family had not seen the guy in so long, he decided he was going to go back and impersonate being the long lost grandchild that they hadn't seen in years since the kid moved away. Since the family hadn't seen him since he was a kid, they automatically looked at Sneaky Pete and thought, oh, wow, this is him. And they took him into the fold. Conning, okay? Conning for money. There's a con here. There's a grift here for money. Okay. But it's chaos around this shit. with this Temperance card in reverse is chaos around this shit. Oh, there's some fighting. There's some imbalances. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. So even if someone was trying to run a con, it's caused a lot of disruptive energy. So my thing is, why not drop the con and go back to just growing the fuck up and being honest? Pardon my mouth. I'm straightforward and I'm blunt. Why are you running a con for money with the Emperor? Let's take a look and see. Tell me the Ten of Wands. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords in reverse. They're not moving forward, right? They're stagnant, right? Four of Swords in reverse. They're restless now. They're burnt the fuck out. All right. Oh, hold on. There's a card that flipped over in here. Where is it at? We have the Knight of Cups here. All right. And we have the Death card in reverse. Somebody doesn't want to grow up. Somebody would rather run a con than grow the fuck up. So I'm going to tell you what this looks like, and I'm going to give you the real deal here. There's a grandparent that's giving money to this fake ass situation. All right. Emperor. And I know this now because he's the only one here. Okay. And I had the King of Swords show up. So that's the couple. Okay. So this started out as a player who ended up in a situation, had a child. Okay. Now, these two don't want to be together anymore. Don't have shit to do with each other. Don't want to deal with each other anymore. Right. But the grandfather, where's it at? The grandfather puts money into this shit. The grandfather puts money into this. All right. Whether it be her father or his father, there's somebody here supporting this shit and just constantly feeding money into it. Constantly feeding money into chaos. Okay. The King of Swords would rather not, he would rather continue the con and chaos to keep the money coming into the house with the bitch he don't want to be with. Okay. Because with the Four of Swords in reverse, all right, he's burnt out in this situation. Oh, the King of Swords is burnt out. Because, see, you set this shit up, but it's kicking your ass, right? And the Knight of Cups. There may be a new love interest that he has, that he wants to move towards. But with the Death card, he can't do it because he has not fucking changed. Pardon my mouth. He has not changed. And heaven does not bless people who can't transform. You can quote every book of the Bible, the Kabbalah, the Quran. You can sit in there and tell me the whole history of the Kemetic nation in Egypt. Shit, you could tell me the history of the Vikings and all the gods that exist on the face of the earth. But if you are still not changing and you are still immature and you are not ready to become the King of Swords upright, then you're still the same that you always were. You're not the emperor. You will not be the emperor like your father or like the man who's feeding this, because the emperor runs this shit. And I guarantee you, basically what the emperor has said is the emperor is feeding this bullshit, because the emperor thinks that he might think this shit is normal. How do we know? We don't know how the emperor was raised. The emperor could have been raised in chaos for all we know. He could have beat his wife. He could have did a whole bunch of shit. He could have had kids all over the place, and he thinks that shit is normal. So he basically tells, hey, I support this shit as long as y'all keep this chaos going. I'm not here with y'all motherfuckers, so I don't care what you do. Y'all can beat each other black and blue. Not my problem. I'll put the money in. Goodbye. Because he really doesn't give a damn. He probably just cares about his grandchild. Why wouldn't he? Okay. So somebody is keeping a facade going. It looks like both people in the couple are keeping a facade going to keep money coming. Okay. They're keeping the facade in, both of them. Both of them are in reverse. Okay. There's a lot of manipulation going on here. And I don't think it's on one part. I think it's on both parts. I think they're both manipulated. Well, kids need their father. And yeah, look at this. Ace of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Fool card. Somebody's ready to speak the truth. And I think it's the same woman who was manipulating this shit is the one that's ready to speak up and say, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I signed up for. I'm trying to pull a Lazarus and revive some shit. And, I need to accept that this shit is dead. I'm trying to, it's done. Who the fuck wants to live like this for the rest of their life? Who wants to live in something that's dead? No real love, no affection, no touching, no cuddling, no spooning, no holding each other, no walks in the park holding hands. None of that. For money? For money. I'm not for sale. There's no price tag on my love. I don't charge people for it, and I'm not going to be paid for it. My love is given unconditionally. It's given free. There's no tag on it. So money might mean a lot to some people. But if money means that you can't have your true happiness and live a true fulfilling life with a man that will buy you flowers on your birthday, take you out to dinner, do things for you, come in the kitchen and just grab you and say, I love you. Or a woman that will get up each morning and make breakfast for you and knows what you like, knows how to fix your eggs just the way you like them, with a little bit of brown on them, knows how to fix that coffee so that it tastes like love in the morning. You would sell all that for money? You would sell the opportunity to have that for money? Let me not say anything. Let me not judge, because I stayed in my marriage because I was scared to let it go when I knew it was dead. I tried to revive it, then I just stopped and I just stayed. And spirit came in and said, nope, you're not going to do that. You're not staying. And they put a catalyst in my life to show me what love was going to be like if I left. And even then I got scared. And I said, but God, what if I can't take care of myself? What if I can't pay these bills? My mortgage was $2,600 a month on my house. I had a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house. And I was a stay-at-home mom. What if I could not pay that $2,600 mortgage? Hell, even if the mortgage company refinanced, it would have been $1,400. Like, my propane bill, my bills, I was terrified. I was terrified. And everybody told me I was crazy when I didn't fix that marriage and I let that divorce go through. But I have no regrets to this day. I had to work. I had to go back to my career, which I love. I never complained about that because I gave it up to be a parent, which was fine. But I loved my career. So I went back to my career and I worked my ass off. After almost 10 years of not being in the field and just, having a daycare at home and doing things, I had to rebuild. And it was scary as hell. It was, but I did that shit and I did it good because I put my ass in that shit and I put my heart in it. And I said, failure is not an option. It's time to grow up. Ain't nobody going to give you a meal ticket for the rest of your life. If the grandfather dies, what do you get then? So it's a temporary Band-Aid. My mother carried me for many years after my divorce because I was just like, I couldn't grasp it. And then something clicked one day and I said, you got to grow up, girl. It's time to grow up. Get this shit together. Do what you have to do. Manage your money differently. You're not a real housewife of Delaware anymore. You have a career. You have to bust your ass. And I did that and I built it all back up to where it is now. I am respected in my industry. I worked for that. I'm respected by my exes. I worked for that. And it was worth it. Because at the end of the day, nobody can tell me that they carry me. I carry me. So whoever this is that's scared to let this shit go, this chaos because of money, you are worth 10,000 more than what you're receiving. You are not a common whore. You cannot be bought. Your love cannot be bought. Your future cannot be bought and sold. Who the hell does somebody think they are? No. 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 There's something coming in this situation. The wheel is spinning. I'm going to pull an oracle card to see what it is. But we have 2 aces here. And straight off the bat, that's the ending of a relationship. That's the ending of a situation. Now, if it was me, if it was my mother or father that was giving the money, I would go to them and I would talk to them about giving it to me, and I'm kicking his ass out. If it's his mother and father that's giving me the money, I would make a deal with my parent, with the parents of him, and tell them I'm letting him go. But I'm going to set up something with you so that you can still see your grandkids. But he's got to fucking go. And I will parent and co-parent or co-grandparent with you. That's what I would do. But that's just me. Let's see here. Sometimes you got to cut the middleman out. The middleman thinks they run the show, but they really don't run shit. So you got to cut the middleman out because the spoils are being split too many different ways. Too many different ways. Okay? Be better to just cut the middleman out and go straight in for the kill, for the deal. Okay? Get your money directly. Cut your deals on the side. All right? Shit, the most fun we have in Monopoly is when we play the side deals and sell shit on the side and make the side deals. Isn't that right? Okay? All right. So let me get my sheet out here for my synchronicities. We have 2 knights in this situation. 2 knights means competition between men. All right. Yeah, there's competition between the man and I think the father, the emperor. Yeah, probably on views on how they see things. Okay. Then you have 2 twos. All right. 2 twos speaks to the need to make a choice, the need to make a change. But it could also speak to harmonious changes and communication changes being good. Okay. We have 3 fours. Okay. 3 fours. This is somebody moving out. It's time to go. Okay. It's time to go. I don't know why, but I just heard the song in my head by Chrisette Michele. Blame it on me. Say it's my fault. Say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. I really don't care. I ain't crying no more. Call me a liar, a cheater, say anything that you want. As long as you say goodbye. That's what I just heard. 2 pages speaks of arguments and fights. So somebody is leaving this situation and there's going to be an argument, there's going to be a fight. But I feel like somebody wants to live their authentic, true life. Okay? And they're entitled to that shit. All right? Then we have 3 sixes here. All right? We have 3 sixes here. And 3 sixes speaks to great pleasure. Oh, it's going to make you happy. Because you want to know why I know? Because I went through it. And I live a life that is not a 6-digit life. Okay? But damn it, it's a good life. And I love it. I don't have a $500,000 house anymore. And I don't travel all over the place 3-4 times a year. I have to save my money. I have to be smart about how I'm going to travel and go see other places and stuff. Okay. When I go buy shoes, I have to check my bank account now. Before I didn't have to check my bank account before I bought them Via Spigas, which are my favorite shoes. I didn't have to check my bank account. I could just buy whatever I wanted. But now I have to check my bank account. I have to budget a little bit differently. Okay. But do you see the glow on me? Do you see the glow on me? And everything that I have is mine. No one can take it from me. No one can break it from me. It's mine. And even if it does get taken from me, I can get it again because my ability to get it didn't come through another person. It came from here and here. And you can't steal those 2 things from me. When I evolved, when I went through the death, because I went through the dark night of the soul and had to go through some deep healing within myself. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought I had done all my healing until I went to my Reiki master, LaShawn, at Reiki with Love, and she started cleaning my chakras. And I said, whoa, I thought I dealt with that. She said, no, it's back. And I went through the crying. I had the crying spell, which is not normal for me. And then the emotions came up. And then I said, whoa, I thought I was done with this. And I said, but I'm glad she did it because it cleaned what residual was left. The hurt, the pain, the childhood, the beliefs, the belief systems that didn't serve me. Cleaned it all out. And now I stand in my truth. I stand in my truth on a different foundation than what it was before. But I'm cool with that. Okay? So we're going to pull the Nature's Whisper card here. All right? I haven't used these in a while. I really do enjoy these long ass readings with you guys. Spirit is telling you to be spontaneous. Some of you guys take forever to think about what you're going to do. And when you do that, you lose out. I know because I went through this. I lost out on love the first time for a while because I kept thinking that, you know what, to leap into love, to that fairy tale shit, that shit's not good for you. But sometimes spontaneity is a good thing. Sometimes we don't need to sit and dwell in our head too long because sometimes we get trapped in there. And then we wake up and we realize that we've been in there for a while, a whole lot longer than we expected to be. Okay. So I'm pulling two cards for you guys, fresh approach and be spontaneous. Sometimes we just need to jump. We just need to leap. You know what's funny? I was talking about that last night with when I went out with my twin. And what we said is if we were going to get married and we were going to like choose a person to be with, we wouldn't do it the way we did it before. Last time we dated and we waited and we did this before we committed and then we finally married them. And we were like, nah, we've done that before and it didn't work. So this time, if we find somebody, we're taking a leap. So don't be surprised if you speak to me next week and I tell you I'm married. Or don't be surprised if you speak to me next week and I eloped. Well, I believe in commitment ceremonies. I do believe in marriage for legal purposes. If you don't believe in marriage, you need to believe in life insurance and get life insurance on the person that you're with. I'm sorry, but that's the reality of it, or else you won't be able to bury their asses because they didn't marry you and you're not entitled to any benefits. However, don't be surprised because I'm at the point in my life where I've spent so much time trying to build something according to what society says, time here, time there. Fuck that. I'm leaping. If a guy comes up to me and I pull cards on him and he's good, 3 weeks later, I might just marry his ass. You know, what do I have to lose anymore? I've been through hell. I've been through doing it the way society said. What do I have to lose? Nothing. So I might marry and be like, oh, what's my last name now? Okay. Because what do you have to lose? Take a chance for once. Don't always strategize every damn move. Life is not, yes, we play, it's about chess and wanting to know what moves are ahead. But sometimes you just need to make a good freaking move and then look and see what 4 moves are ahead of you. You might have a checkmate just because you took a leap of faith. You didn't think about that move. But once you put it in place and then looked at the 4 moves ahead, you're like, damn, I didn't even think that hard about that move, but I'm in alignment for checkmate. And I didn't even see that that would happen if I just moved this piece without even thinking about it. All right. And that's where I'm at in my life. I'm tired of waiting for people, you know, let's do it this way. Let's date for a year. Let's do that. No. Leap of faith. Let's just take a leap of faith, damn it. And you know what? If you think you're the only person out there that wants to take a leap of faith, you're wrong. Because I mean, hell, my twin is feeling the same way. We're like the second go around, we ain't doing this shit. We just leap of faith. If we find the right woman, right man, leap of faith. hell with this shit. Starting over 15 times over. Time to step out of the box and an old way of doing things. You are being challenged to try something new. Look at how to create magic in your world. Create with the intention of filling your life with joy and happiness. Achieve your desires while experimenting with new activities. You always have options. Don't feel limited. Even when you aren't in motion, you are making a choice. You are being prodded to make a decision now. Don't worry about making the right one. Every mistake brings us lessons and opportunities. Every mistake and every decision we make brings us lessons and opportunities. If you're scared to make a decision, then you will never ever grow in discerning what decisions are right or what decisions are wrong. I learned this lesson. I make so many damn decisions now. I don't take too long. Now, I'm real picky when it comes to food, so it takes me a little bit longer. But when it comes to certain things, I just make a damn decision and roll with it. Because if it's right, then cool. If it's wrong, well, then damn it, I will make another one. Because that's the level of discernment. That's learning discernment. That's how you exercise your discernment muscle. Okay. Don't have any regrets about making the wrong decisions ever, ever, because they all teach you. They all propel you and exercise your discernment lesson. For today, I want you guys to do something without thinking about it. When you go get lunch today, go order something off the menu. Don't think about it. Don't look at what it is. Just order it. And get it and see if you like it. For some of you guys, you're going to freaking love it and be like, damn, I just picked that. I did what Sapphire said. I just picked something off the menu and got it. For others of you, you're going to order and be like, I don't like that. But you know what? That's one more thing off the menu that you know that you won't order from that place again. You discerned. Okay? Every mistake brings us lessons and opportunities. The amount you can learn is immeasurable. But if you don't make decisions and you don't make mistakes, then you don't learn. And you stay trapped in the discernment level of a child. Just want to keep it saying. All right. Base your choice on love. Base your choice on love and the best option for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to do when I make the next decision. Imagine that failing is not part of any of your choices. What will you choose? Because even when you make the wrong decision, you did not fail. You didn't fail. You learned. Stop looking at the decisions that didn't work out the way you want as failing. That's not failing. That's learning. And you know what? The next time you get to make a decision that's close to that, you're gonna pass and get what you want. The next time you go to the restaurant, you're going to pick out something different because that one is off the list. If you don't know what love is, try figuring out what love isn't. Okay, let's start there. If you can't start at the front, start at the back. Okay, so I don't know what love is because the definition of love that was given to me was by my fucked up parents, my family that really didn't have, they were horrible. They stayed in shit that wasn't healthy. Okay, cool, no problem. So your definition of love is not the healthiest definition. So let's go back and rewrite your definition of what love isn't. Well, I saw my parents do this and I saw my mom cry. So I know love isn't that. There you go. One, keep on going. I saw my dad cheating and my mom was upset and my mom was hurt. So I know love isn't that. I saw my parents argue. I saw people argue, fuss and fight, hit each other, screaming, yell. And I know I, as a child, was hurt by that, seeing it. So I know love isn't that. Keep on going. What else is love? Love is not trying to force somebody to conform to a behavior pattern that's not for their highest good. Love is not sacrificing yourself for something that is not for your greatest good. Love is not. That's all I want to hear you say. I don't want to hear love is, okay? Love is not conditions. That's a way of saying love is unconditional. Love is not a condition. There's no rules on loving me. There's no rules on being with me. But there is a rule, but I know that love is not me sacrificing my greatest good and my mental health and my emotional health for someone. So if you don't know what love is, please start saying love is not. Okay? Love is not. Figure it out from the box out. Okay? Be spontaneous. 31. Look at this. This card, fresh approach is 21. That's 3. All right. Be spontaneous is 3 and 1. That's 4. So this is a progression. This is a moving up to a higher level of understanding, okay, of yourself and what you don't want. Okay. Stop talking about what you want in a relationship. When you write those petitions to God for a relationship, I want you to put in a relationship which you don't want and see what he sends this time. When you do your love candles, put in there, I don't want dishonesty. Be careful with that though, because people have to be dishonest to throw you birthday parties. I don't want dishonesty with malicious intent. Be clear with your petitions because you'll mess yourself up and you'll miss out on a good person. I don't want someone who doesn't value me the way I am. I don't want someone who wants to try and change me. Try writing your petitions the other way around and see how they come out for you. Being spontaneous. When you are busy, rushing, stressed, worried, or overwhelmed, it is easy to lose track of the simple things in your world that bring you joy. This is a huge nudge to remember to create some fun. Love is supposed to be fun. So for those of you guys that are in love and the shit isn't fun, you're not in love. I don't know what the hell you call it. Maybe it's lust, desire. I don't know. But I know me, when I'm in love, we have fun. I am a fun person. Okay. Love is fun. Okay. This is a huge nudge to remember to create some fun. Rediscover the enthusiasm and fascination through adventure and spontaneous happenings. Engaging your life again and taking your surroundings. Observing the importance of living life to the fullest. Decide to do something for the pleasure of it and see where life takes you. I went to dinner last night with my twin because I was like, we're going to have fun. We joked all night long. We made fun of people. We were talking about people. We had fun. Because why be in a relationship if it's not fun? Why be in a relationship if we can't go do stupid stuff? Okay. Why be in a relationship if we can't sit there and joke about shit we see on TV or joke or talk about other couples? Of course, we got to talk about other couples. We do. Okay. And talk about all their shit because we know they're talking about ours. Okay. Life is for the living. Stop trying to resurrect dead things. Okay. You're not a necromancer. And even if you were, you don't know the responsibility that comes with it. Trust me, because you have to be responsible for those dead things that you resurrect. And sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they come back to life. Sometimes they come back to life without a soul. Just saying. I love you guys. I'm out of here. I have two more signs I'll be getting out today. Saturday, I am going to be downtown Atlanta. I cannot wait to meet you guys. Can't wait to see you. You can pay at the door. It'll be $30. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And then September 21st, I'm going to be in New York. If you have any other cities that you want me to come to, please hit me up and let me know. Okay. All right. I will see you Saturday. Toya J. Yes, you got your ticket and your t-shirt. I will see you Saturday. Bye.